This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. With one of the Davis administration's core goals being climate change reform, emphasizing the importance of climate awareness, the Ministry of Finance has released the first ever climate spending report for the Bahamas as part of the government's new climate change and disaster tagging initiative. According to a press release by the Ministry of Finance, the goal of this initiative is to monitor and track climate and disaster-related expenditure. The report released on Monday revealed the Bahamas suffers an estimated $850 million in average annual loss as a result of hurricanes, not including Hurricane Dorian, which exceeded the amount of $3.4 billion in economic losses for both the public and private sector. The report further reveals some 47.1% of the government's climate-related spending for the period 2021 to 2022 had been planned expenditure, with salaries and government subsidy accounting for 38.4% and 7.2% respectively. Service fees and other operational expenses account for the remaining expenditure. Minister of the Environment and Natural Resources Vaughn Miller lending his voice as he presented at the United Nations Oceans Conference 2022 under the theme Save Our Ocean, Protect Our Future. The UN's Ocean Conference this year is being held in Lisbon, Portugal, where world leaders have gathered to address global ocean action. Minister Miller, speaking on the state of Bahamian waters, shared initiatives and developments in the environmental sector that are underway here in the Bahamas, touching on the challenges we face as a result of the issues taking place in the ocean.
We are home to a rich culture and an even richer biodiversity, a place where a generation ago, the once welcoming and ocean-fed provided and supported our economy. Today, however, the ocean has become angry. This is evidenced by rising sea levels, diseased and bleaching corals, increased temperature, reduced fisheries, and catastrophic storms. For better or worse, we are inextricably linked to the ocean in times of calm and calamity. We have built sustainable industries that are now in jeopardy of collapse due to loss and damage and the negative impacts of climate change, poaching and unjust transitions in the global economy.
Minister Miller says that collaboration and partnership is the way forward to promote a future for the youth of the Bahamas that emphasizes decarbonization, renewable energy, and marine protection.
We must be singular in our focus to increase shared equity in a blue and green future while supporting the multiple goals of guarding against environmental harm, creating good jobs, providing valuable new service, and building resilience with intentional designs around the negative impacts of climate change. Greater climate adaptation and resilience will help countries like mine mitigate and recover quickly from natural disasters and extreme weather events. In the face of the multiple crises we currently face, future-proofing efforts provide the opportunity to accelerate economic recovery while expanding education and training to create and maintain globally competitive blue and green workforces.
As for initiatives that the Bahamas is taking, Minister Miller says coral reef conservation is a priority, and the government, in partnership with the Nature Conservancy, is completing an assessment of opportunities and conditions for the development of a blue carbon offset project to finance mangrove restoration. He also noted that selected single-use plastic and styrofoam have been banned for the betterment of the environment, and a data collection and development of a pilot project are currently underway. He contends no climate change, loss, or damage will interfere with the Bahamas' environmental advancement. The Caribbean Regional Fisheries Mechanism, CARICOM's institution, designated as the region's intergovernmental organization responsible for fisheries, joining forces with Norway for the first time to address organized crime in the fishing industry. Ministers responsible for fisheries and agriculture from Belize, Jamaica, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines gathered to discuss matters of enforcement within fisheries and share measures to tackle illegal activity at a high level, a side event at the UN Oceans Conference 2022. Dr. Gavin Bellamy, Chief Executive Officer of the National Fisheries Authority in Jamaica, provided insight into the issue, speaking on the challenges faced by fishing sectors in the Caribbean region.
There's no doubt that one of the major problems that we are facing in the region is IUU fishing and related fisheries crime. Illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing and criminal networks that use fishing as a covert form for their criminal enterprise are major problems which are profoundly impacting fisheries globally and in the Caribbean region. Drug trafficking, human and small arms trafficking, and traders in contraband goods, amongst others, are using fishing as cover to conduct their criminal activities.
Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries for Jamaica, Pernell Charles, referred to the crimes as a barrier blocking efforts to advance the fisheries sector and says it will exacerbate the threat of poverty. He says poaching has cost Jamaica billions of dollars and a dwindling population of queen conch and loss of employment. On matters of solution to the challenges, he suggests vessel tracking.
The map tools that are available with GIS capability to show visuals of vessels tracked is critical, and other geospatial technologies such as satellite and radar maps are also essential. And Jamaica is developing coastal radar mapping capabilities, which is going to add to the detection of marine crafts within a certain range.
He contends that across the Caribbean, vessel tracking can prevent overfishing and as a result will prevent population decreases in fish and other marine life. Also in attendance was the Minister of Agriculture for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Sabato Cesar. And finally, the Ministry of Health and Wellness wishes to advise the public of the occurrence of sea lice and jellyfish bites commonly seen during the period of March to August. Sea lice are the larvae of jellyfish which float on the sea surface but are barely visible to the human eye. Skin contact with sea lice often results in itching, which happens because the microscopic creatures become entrapped in swimwear. The itching eruption produces a pricky sensation which progresses into a bumpy rash between 4 and 24 hours following exposure. Lesions from the skin rash can last up to 2 weeks. Other symptoms may include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headaches, fever, muscle spasms, joint pains, and difficulty sleeping. Treatment for the itchy eruption include antihistamines such as Benadryl and corticosteroid creams such as hydrocortisone. Applying calamine lotion may also help to relieve some of the discomfort. Trying to avoid scratching or scraping the affected areas as it may cause further skin damage. To prevent this, avoid wearing t-shirts and one-piece swimsuits while swimming, and immediately after swimming, change out of your swimwear and wash in detergent. In severe cases, you're advised to seek medical attention. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. Thanks for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.